In this video, I will tell you about 3 steps that, by following them, you will become a sought-after master or teacher with a high fee and a schedule booked for months ahead. Let's get acquainted with you. I have been doing hair extensions since 2016. I will not list all my achievements, you can see them on the slide. I'd like to note that I'm the owner of a hair extension studio in Minsk. The area of the studio we recently moved into is over 100 square meters. I am also the proprietor of a hair store, supplying materials and tools for hair extension experts. We ship orders globally. I am also the author of a distinctive online course, after which you will be transformed. My students demonstrate enormous outcomes, achieve championships in hair extensions, and evolve into teachers. I'm proud of my online product and students' results. This year, I won the Best Online Product Award at the Business Hack Awards in Dubai. 23. Who came to Dubai? I conduct offline masterclasses around the world, from Warsaw and Moscow to Sardinia, London, Brussels, and other cities. I do not stop there, and in my plans, I aim to visit even more cities in Europe as well as other parts of the world. I want to explain why I chose this field. I was on my second maternity leave with my youngest child, and I truly missed being productive. I desired to do something creative. My intention was for this sphere to be specifically related to working with girls, with women. My goal was to have this energy exchange. I aimed to please them, and I desired to work with hair. I didn't want to work as a hairdresser because it seems to me that when you cut someone's hair, you take something away from them, but when you extend hair, you give it to them directly. And these burning eyes of all our clients after hair extensions, it's just what gives strength, motivation, energy to move forward. Prior, I worked as an interior designer. Then I had entrepreneur status and worked for myself. But I did not like the long process of earning money. One project could take a month and a half, or even 2 months. Mostly computer work, wanted live communication, communication with girls, exchange of female energy. Educated as an economist, I worked as a manager in my field for 2 years, but didn't enjoy it. I always wanted to change my work and eagerly counted down the days until my distribution would end, marked by crosses on the calendar. The anticipation of the end kept me going as I yearned for a new beginning. I did not find any pleasure in my work. I disliked having to wear strict formal attire every day, and I was unhappy with the fact that I was tied to one location. I didn't like that I couldn't choose who to work with and who not to work with. Not always had good relationships with colleagues. And when I stepped into the realm of hair extensions, I uncovered boundless horizons. Now I can choose who to work with. We select the team carefully. We have wonderful girls working for us, for whom I'm grateful. I can construct my own schedule as I desire. I can embark on vacation whenever I desire. Thanks to my business trips, I can combine work and travel, and I go abroad practically every month to different countries and cities, and I get a thrill out of it. Additionally, I have the freedom to work as much as I desire, and my income is directly linked to the amount of time I invest in my work. Of course, I'm lying if I say I work just for the soul. Let's check stats, and we'll see that in 2022, beauty service demand in Russia increased by 51%. Europe is also not falling behind, and in the year 2021, the demand experienced an increase of 38%. The highest demand has increased for manicure and pedicure services by 68%. Hairdressers are in second place. Demand has increased by 65%. Hair extensions fall into this category of hairdressing services. And in third place are cosmetologists. Demand for services has increased by 56%. So why, despite the growth of beauty services, can't you become a top master? Firstly, lack of experience. Secondly, you may lack knowledge and have stopped growing. Thirdly, you have no understanding of how to work with a client in the long term and how to make them come back, bring friends, and increase prices for regular customers, as well as how to develop and constantly improve. Next, very high competition and market saturation. And the fifth main reason is that you don't know how to promote yourself and sell your services at a high price. So what do you need to do in order to reach the top of your city or region within the next 2 months? So let's go through 3 crucial steps that will aid you in moving up the career ladder and attaining a higher level of income. The first is current knowledge. The second is regular practice and marketing promotion. Review these 3 points. So current knowledge, technologies always evolve, and the extension, which was a decade ago and now it is vastly different. Fasteners are getting smaller and smaller each year. Some new technologies, innovations are emerging. And I always tell my students that you can become an innovator in this field and come up with something of your own. Naturally, it is always preferable to become proficient in new technologies with the guidance of a more experienced master, teacher, or studio owner, thus saving a significant amount of your valuable time. What do I need to do? First, keep an eye on market trends and innovations. Second, don't save on your business, especially on knowledge, as it will always stay with you. In the future, all trainings that you purchase with a competent and correct approach, you will always be able to monetize and return in multiple sizes. The next step is to select 2 to 3 trainings for yourself. I suggest opting for at least 1 training in your field, enhancing your technique, rectifying some mistakes, and practicing on models. And the second training must be completed in marketing. And be sure to schedule time and budget for completing these trainings. Next, you need to keep an eye on market leaders and trends in your industry. These can be English and Russian editions such as Vogue, Tatler, and others. And an important point, you must communicate with colleagues, be friends with them, and learn from their experience. Next, the second step is practice, nowhere without her. To become a top master, of course, you need to do a huge amount of work. Clients, and it is better, of course, to do this under the supervision of an experienced teacher or colleagues. For example, we have a students' chat on Telegram, where each of our students can submit their work, ask for advice, so our students obtain feedback over an extended period of time, even after the completion of their training, and thus they improve their skills. What do you need to do for this? You can take models, invite bloggers, practice on them, and take some minimal fee for consumables. If feasible, attend mentorship with a more experienced master or teacher if it is possible. Afterward, search for chances to practice on the internet. Currently is the moment when you can discover a mentor in any location around the globe and practice under his guidance. This is an example of my online course already completed by over 300 masters. I recommend acquiring training with an emphasis on practical part and definitely with homework. Do not hesitate to take feedback from your students and clients. Feedback may not always be pleasant, but it will definitely help you grow in your business. I also suggest obtaining feedback from more experienced masters. Such screams are
laughter.
And the third primary step is marketing. You can be as proficient as you desire in hair extensions or as a teacher, but if no one is aware of you, you will remain in one location and you will never be able to overcome your limitations and achieve success. You won't be able to increase prices for your services, you won't be able to attract additional clients, you won't be able to develop your studio, open a new one, and expand an existing one without marketing. What do you need to do for this? You need to first determine what makes you special and unique, unlike any other individuals, and emphasize this in all marketing materials. People buy from people, and your uniqueness will attract new customers. Actively work with your presence on social networks, Instagram, YouTube, Telegram channels, VKontakte, and others. Pay attention to customer reviews and encourage them to leave positive reviews for you. Seek guidance from a seasoned marketer or enlist the services of a professional who will handle it and alleviate you from this source of stress. How did I do it? Will your life get better after finishing at least 30% of everything I mentioned? Certainly, yes. These are proven by the stories of my students. For example, you see my student Victoria Shapovalova, who worked in a taxi, acquired an online course. Before that, she didn't know at all what hair extensions were. She didn't hold scissors or tongs in her hands. She started gradually taking on clients and managed to combine her work with driving a taxi. In less than 2 years, Victoria opened her own studio. She is from the city of Gomel. This is a small town, but despite this, she was able to quit her job in a taxi and fully engage in hair extensions. Victoria also took a prize place in the championship in 2023, which I am very proud of. I remind you that Victoria had no experience in hair extensions, and thanks to the online course, she achieved such results in a small town. I want to display students' capsules prior to and following training. You can observe them on these slides. As Alexander the Great said, there is nothing impossible for those who try, and I want to offer you to receive absolutely free feedback from me. I want to give you homework. If you are a beginner or an experienced master and you don't know where to go next, based on today's lesson, please write down step by step your action plan for the next 2 months to reach a new level. I will give you feedback in return. If necessary, I will make corrections and will observe your progress and successes. And secondly, regarding the practical part, if you have already worked with a client, please send me photos of your capsules. I'll assist you and provide suggestions on tasks you can focus on. Additionally, if desired, you can share a layout scheme with me for your clients. If you have difficulties in covering short hair on the crown or working with short haircuts or bob, you can send me a hand-drawn diagram of the arrangement of strands, and I will give you advice and help. What can be improved? I accept homework answers on Instagram, Katya Kozlovich, or in Katya Kozlovich Academy. I am waiting for your homework and will definitely give you feedback. Send homework with the note "Answer to homework" in the free lesson. I look forward to your feedback and wish you success.